Hello everyone and welcome. Welcome to the forest, and we're going to have a look and see if anything's changed, what they've left behind for us. And today I'm going to be recording quite a few clips because I might be busy over the next few weeks. So okay, let's head up and see what we can find. Well, it's a glorious June day and it's nice to see the sunshine. It is quite cool, but expecting to get a decent temperature later on. A decent temperature for us in the north here would be about 20 if we're lucky. Odd days we get it up into its mid-20s, but that would be classed as a heat wave. Pointless stick. And it's stripped at the top. Now, who is it who sticks pointless sticks like that in the ground? That's about just over a metre off the ground. I wonder who could do something like that. Well, I hope everybody is well, and I hope that you are managing through. It's a bit of a political minefield on this side of the Atlantic and on your side of the Atlantic too. All sorts of things are going on which I don't really want to go into. I don't have a horse in your race, you don't have a horse in my race. See how lovely this day is? So things, like I say, they're in a precarious state. So it's good to come out to places like this and forget everything that's going on. And I have to say the forest is looking really nice. Really nice. The birds have all been nesting and all their fledglings have gone. But it's lovely to hear the bird song. It's really nice to hear that. So first of all, we're going to come down here to our gifting site, and then I'm going to leave some goodies. How bizarre. Now that's rooted there, that tree is rooted there, but there's a leaner beside it. I think all these leaner things mean something, and we have yet to decipher. I do believe that the big solid sticks that are left against certain trees in the States, I think they know where they are. The forest people know where they are, and I think that they have a different resonance and that they can use them and they'll travel over some distance. So at least it's dried out somewhat. It's been incredibly wet. So this is our little gifting area. Collection of bags. Bag down here. A baggie there. Another baggie. Another baggie. Empty nets, that's a good thing. Is there anything else? Isn't that wonderful? Okay, so first of all, I have some almonds, so I'm going to pop those down there. And then these are beautiful walnuts. Pop those in there. Some Brazil nuts. Hazelnuts. Dear, dear. And then some cashew nuts. So I thought that's what we'd bring. I'm going to put some apples on the tree. So as you saw by the title of my video today, that my subject is about AI and how destructive and deceitful AI is going to be to the world of the Janu people, Sasquatch, the Bigfoot people. It's going to be very destructive. How can you tell what is real and what is not real? Look at this. Look at this for a structure. See that? And this beside it. Now I know I see a lot of these structures in other people's YouTube videos and they walk straight past it. And I don't know why. It's only the guys in Australia at Australian Yowie Research, that I have seen talking about those type of structures. It's quite bizarre, isn't it? I mean, that's one hell of a shape. And like I've said before, I do believe these are connected completely and utterly with the planets and Futhark. Right, try and find a way around. Back to AI. It's all computer generated imagery. Now, I know some people use it for art, which is fabulous. But what I would say is, if you are going to use it for art, don't then claim that that is a real image of something when it's clearly not. It's a composite. So a lot of these images are either generated and you say to the machine, I don't really know how it works because I've not gone into it, but you effectively say to a machine, your computer, the AI program that you have bought or you pay into, whatever it is, you tell it what you want to see. So you could say, I want to see a particular film star with a sausage on their head, and they will create that imagery. And you could put it out there and say, look at Brad Pitt, he's got a sausage on his head. Doesn't he look stupid? Now, then they've got the problem of trying to say, well, actually, I've never walked around with a sausage on my head. And other people then turn round in response and say, we've seen the photograph. You have. It's there, the photograph. And this is way, way, way beyond what Photoshop used to do. this is beyond that. This is completely creating a new universe. And I can remember spirit guides and the like, spirit guides and people who get forewarning, who are given information spiritually. I can remember them saying much of what is going to happen in the future is an illusion. It's all an illusion. And it was hard to sort of understand, what do they keep meaning by an illusion? But now we're beginning to see it with AI. It's an illusion. It's definitely an illusion. Pretending to be something completely different. So there has been somebody producing imagery I've seen online of the Northern Lights. Now, I can guarantee you that the imagery that I have put up there are real Northern Lights. I have seen them. I know what they look like. I know what types of Northern Lights they are. But there are people putting out these, I can't describe, they're like rainbows. And it just doesn't look like that. It doesn't look like that. And the imagery that they've got, you have almost like a sunrise on the horizon. You can't have both. You need no ambient light. Your camera must do the work, because all the imagery you see is actually quite pale, and it is enhanced. Yes, it is enhanced. You just use a saturator on the colours, or a contrast on the colours. That's not the point I'm making. What people are doing is they are putting a composite of 5 or 6 images. So you get layer upon layer of Northern Light colours. You'd have a layer of red in, say, top left hand corner, then a purple in the top right hand corner, then a green. And actually what happens is it blends one into the other, and it comes in waves. You do get the reflection in the water, but some of the imagery I've seen is just bizarre. And it's very frustrating when you see people faking something so naturally beautiful, because it's not beautiful enough for them. It's a bit like the film The Beach with Leonardo DiCaprio. I was a frequent visitor to the Phi Phi Islands in Thailand, and they digitally enhanced that beach because it wasn't beautiful enough. And I have to tell you, it is one of the most beautiful tropical beaches in the world. So sometimes things, just leave things alone. Shouldn't meddle with them. They're perfect as they are. Perfect as nature created them. So that was the Northern Lights. Then there was, last month you had a big storm season, didn't you? You had a couple of weeks on and off where Tornado Alley really got whacked. It was so devastating to see, and for any of those people who were caught with that and they lost their properties, my heart goes out to you. I really do feel for you, and I think everybody here would So there was images of these supercells, brilliant sunshine, blue sky behind them, no rain, not a hint of rain, with rainbows coming out of them. You know, bar from a unicorn being present on the picture. I mean, it's like, come on. And it's almost insulting because I feel that those poor people that had their property, they put their heart and soul in, generations probably, and they've had it destroyed. And then having people put up imagery like that, as if it's absolutely marvellous. When you see a supercell coming across, isn't that wonderful? Hardly. Not if you're in that path. It's about the last thing you want to see. You can go over open land, but it's the last thing you want to see coming towards your property. So that's AI. Now there is a guy on YouTube, and I like to big him up. He doesn't need me to big him up. YouTube speaks for itself, his channel. Thinker Thunker. And I think most of you will know Thinker Thunker and what he does. He goes through a lot of these so-called videos. Admittedly, a lot of them are just ridiculous. The idea that people even think that they can get away with that is quite astonishing in itself. But I love Thinker Thunker because he's a technical man, and I don't know, but I guess that he is a musician perhaps, because I see some of the stuff, spectrum analysis. It looks like he uses a program which I do for analysing sound called spectral layers. Holy heck, how do I get out of that lot? Oh, good God. Bloody hell. This is a domino effect. One tree comes down. I'm going to have to go back. So, Mr. Thinker Thunker. You know, I don't know what his name is, I just know him as Thinker Thunker. He has worked out what the body ratios of Bigfoot is in comparison to a human being. Something as simple as that. And he has been able to prove time and again, that people are producing fake imagery and hoping to get away with it. If you haven't checked out his channel, I'll just leave a sort of screenshot thing here of what his channel looks like, and you can go and look for it, because it's worth looking at. It really is. And he is going to be a busy boy with this AI, because people are going to be creating an awful lot of nonsense and expecting to be able to get away with it. And the problem with all of that is, it is so destructive to the Sasquatch world, to the Janu people's world, to the Bigfoot world. If just one person creates fakery of any kind, it's like a huge diamond shape. If they create just one image, it undermines everybody else. All those people who have real imagery. I mean, I know people think it's funny putting a picture of a Bigfoot up with a cup of coffee or smoking a joint or whatever. And yeah, it's humorous. But there are those out there who will then try and find photos that they can twist and distort using AI and create that same image and put it out there and then claim, oh no, it's a real thing. People believe what they see in imagery. If you create an image of a man with 3 legs walking down the street, people will believe it because they've seen the photograph. They've seen the image. So I think we need to be very, very careful with AI, all of us. So with that, I'm going to leave it here this week, and I'll catch you in the next video. By the way, I'm doing this on a sort of a weekly rotation, so I'm going to have one long video, one short video, just while, shall we say, the world is in the midst of a tempest. You know what I mean? With what's going on the planet. The short videos, I'm trying to create enough energy with everybody else to try and make a difference, even if we are one drop in the Atlantic Ocean. It makes a difference. So, love you and leave you guys. See you next week. Bye now.